everything. I mean, we had certainly some good play. I thought guys were fighting for the football. Found a way to get hands on a couple balls, which is always an emphasis for us. A lot of scheme day one. It's kind of by design. Really, the first 4 days we kind of structure it to do a lot of learning in the first 4 days, and so we don't script for success day one, so the guys feel real good walking off the field. We get their minds kind of stressed a little bit, even for those older guys, and certainly the younger guys. Everything's new for them, but for the most part, pretty good. And obviously, we got to be better tomorrow.
Anything you're able to get accomplished here in year 2 on the first day that maybe wasn't the case last year?
Well, I think just as you look at it, there's a comfort level, probably for us as coaches, with the players in terms of what our expectations for what today was. Obviously you always got to stay on them, and you never maybe assume things in terms of how they're going to perform, especially from an effort standpoint. But you have, I guess, maybe at this point you have a little bit more trust in them that way, and that's a big deal because it allows you to get into some more of the details in terms of technique and fundamentals, as opposed to trying to ride guys on every single play to run the ball. And so that's a positive. Now, again, that we don't, like I said, we don't like to assume things, and right now we'll assume that day 2 they're going to be tired, and we're going to be all over them. So.
Would I be right in saying that their familiarity with you and your expectations yielded a much more physical practice from the defensive backs than maybe at this time last year?
I think so, and I think a lot of it just speaks to technique and fundamentals. I mean, I thought a year ago at this time, probably a group of them were trying to convince them that it's not okay to give up touchdowns, and that's a pretty low standard. So we can actually talk about footwork, eyes, individual techniques that tie into each coverage and that. So certainly there's a familiarity there that helps.
So what's the standard this year, Alex? Last year, you guys had that 2 turnovers a game mantra. Like, is there a specific mantra that you're going into this year with?
The biggest thing for our guys is, one of the things we talk to the guys about, is find a way to make another play. That's kind of one of our themes this year is, find another play. If every single guy on the defense, hopefully we're able to play maybe 22 guys, and 22 guys are each able to find one more play to the play that they made a year ago. Each week, then you got a chance to be that much more successful. But the ingredients to play winning football on defense, in terms of doing the right things in the red zone, finding a way to get off the field, third down, fighting for the football on every single snap, from a takeaway standpoint. Those ingredients never change year in and year out. So most of those things we're just doubling down on.
What's that challenge like for guys like Marcellus and Trayshawn to have to go up against a CJ Dimmery or a Desmond Patton in the end zone?
Well, it's a positive, obviously, and what we tell those guys, we're not going to win every rep, especially as many balls as we see, thrown in the air on a given day. But we got to make sure we win our share of them as well. If we're not coming down, obviously, we have 2 hands on the ball, we got to get 1 hand on the ball. And if some of those are 50-50 balls, well, they call them 50-50 balls, assuming we're going to win 50% of them. So I thought we won a couple battles today. Hopefully we can win more as we go. But that's a challenge. I mean, when you get size, we're always going to be out a little bit undersized at DB, and that's just not Washington State. I mean, that's kind of the typical thing, and you got to find a way to attack the football and work those fundamentals.
What does Jalen Thompson have that he's been able to keep himself in that second starting space?
Excited about Jalen. Obviously, he's a freshman. Don't want to put too much on him, but he showed up in the spring and kind of attacked spring football like a vet. And I think he has a chance to establish himself as a starter in this program. So, I mean, the standard's really, really high, but, again, we got to make sure we remind ourselves that he's no different than those true freshmen other than those 15 days in the spring, which is an advantage, but, again, he's so young.
I think he and Robert Taylor each had an interception on their first practice with you guys. That's going to be quite the position battle.
Well, it is, and hopefully we have position battle, maybe everywhere, maybe not, and certainly in some situations we got to maybe do a better job as a defense coaching staff to shuffle the deck to kind of instigate some of that. So more competition, the better we'll be.
You guys good?
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.